Hi, it's me, Quarterdeck Arcade, and I just sat down because I'm having problems with my cell phone camera. So, anywho, welcome to the show, guys. It's Sunday, Father's Day, June 15th, and I hope all you fathers out there, you dads, are having a great day or getting lots of hugs from your young ones. I am the father of a daughter that's living in Milwaukee, the city of Milwaukee right now, and she's doing okay. So shout out to her. I will admit that I probably wasn't the best dad out there. We all think that we all have our faults, and I have mine. So, but anyway, happy Father's Day to everybody out there. Welcome to the show. I'm glad you're choosing to spend some of it with me. This hopefully will be a short show today. I'm going to do a mod continuing the 19-inch monitor upgrade that we did to Centipede last week, and it's a short mod. It's a kit from, and this was identified to me during that show last week. The kit that we're going to be doing is the Brightness Voltage Injection Kit. Because the brightness of the monitor isn't quite there. I'll pop it up on screen because it's so there is the screen. Now, granted, the visual from the phone is kind of it's dark, but this gives you an idea how dark that screen is as compared to the marquee. So yeah, the picture overall is kind of dark, but I think this kind of helps identify, because it doesn't, when I brighten up the picture on this camera, it doesn't come, the point isn't made as strongly as it should be about how dark this monitor is. We're going to fix that, hopefully. It should be just a 5-minute mod because it seems to be relatively simple according to the documentation. So that's what we've got cooking for today. I don't have any plans today other than to relax, take it easy. That's kind of what our whole weekend has been about. My gal and I, we've just been kind of chilling. I got the lawn mowed on Thursday, so I didn't have to do that this weekend. And we stayed home yesterday and pretty much did nothing. We both went out for our long runs. Our training plans called for long runs on Saturdays. And so I did get that done early on, but after that, we pretty much sat at home and watched movies all day. And Police Academy 2 was one of the movies we watched. Very funny. Always loved going back and rewatching those films. So, there was something I was going to say, and I lost my train of thought. This week, I posted on my community page a shot of the moon. I'll drop that in here right now. I'm primarily a sports photographer. I take pictures of sports, mostly auto racing. But I do like to, when I hear about things like we had this past week, the strawberry moon. So I thought, well, that should be interesting to photograph. And the problem there is the prime time for shooting the moon was like at 1 a.m. and that interferes with my workout schedule. So I had to change around my workup schedule a little bit this week to get out there with my camera gear and shoot the moon, and played with the settings a little bit. This is at, I believe this particular picture is at 180 as far as the shutter speed, and then ISO 100, and the f-stop was at 11. So this was the best photo. This was actually the night before the full strawberry moon. I took some pictures the next night as well, but they didn't come out as good as this one. So this is my go-to moon photo for now. Last time I took pictures of the moon was 12 years ago, maybe. So, yeah. Just got to take a moment to express my dissatisfaction with AtGames. I think you all know what I'm going to talk about. Their login issues. I don't know what their issues are. I know earlier in the week, Google Cloud had an issue, and a lot of services that relied on Google Cloud were faltering. I don't know if this is connected to that or if this is something totally different, but I am disappointed in you, AtGames. Your posts about the issue, I think, could have gone a little further. So my gut feeling, somebody made the comment in one of those posts in the unofficial AtGames group that their feeling is that nobody works on the weekend there at AtGames, so this issue isn't going to be dealt with until Monday. So, but here's the thing with me. So back there, you see my 2K or my 4K pinball, and right next to it the HD pinball, and then right next to it the Legends HD unit. And upstairs I have the Legends Mini. So I have a lot of AtGames products. I even have the I bought an extra control panel with the puck. So I've put a lot of money into AtGames, and as some of you. So what's interesting for me is that my 4KP appears to remain logged in. It seems to be logged in because I'm able to play games on it just fine. But all of my HD stuff, I can't log in for the life of me. So the pinball back there, I do have Black Hole running on it right now because that's a pinball local to the machine. So I don't have a problem, running that. But the Legends HD, I can't log in. And the Legends Mini upstairs, I can't log in. So AtGames, get your shit together. Please. I would appreciate it. So I think I speak for the collective AtGames community when I say we're disappointed. Do better. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to go into a real huge angry rant. It's just pointless. Why get a headache over it? These are just games, and I'm sure they'll fix it at some point. But, as being in IT as I am, being a network administrator, I get yelled at all the time from customers that expect things to work. And I know that they expect things to work, and I do my best to keep things working 100% all the time. But it doesn't always go that way. So I understand AtGames what happens, when things go wrong. But this issue seems to be stretching into almost 2 weeks now. You had issues the week before, and then you fixed it, and then it happened again this week. Similar issues. I don't know if they were the same issue or if they were separate issues, but just do better, okay? And I don't like the way you run your official AtGames Facebook group either, and a lot of people have a problem with that. So I hope you fix that too while you're at it. Anywho, let's take a look at the chat, see who's here. Prince Vinny was here first, even before the show started. Yeah, what I used for my thumbnail photo was the actual picture of the documentation that Buy Stuff sent with this kit that we're going to install today. So it's very simple. I'll pull up a picture here. Got to do some magic stuff. There we go. Share window, boom. So here's the document that we're going to work from. So very simple. This plug goes into the PCB. Then you remove the cable that's in the PCB now, plug it on this side. Then you split your power. That's all you got to do to it. So this end goes to the PCB. This end goes to this board. This goes to the power cable. Very simple install. Like I said, it should only take us 5-10 minutes tops. And I'm sure we'll go through some testing to see, to tweak the brightness of the monitor just perfect. So, yeah. Let's say hi to the chat again. We said hi to Prince Vinny. Hockey Town's here. Good morning, Hockey Town. Good to see you. Note to you, I finally took action on the parts that I want to test with to run split power off of the main brick in an Arcade1Up, where I have the Tulsa Arcade's front riser panel lit LED. So I'm going to split the power, feed the LED, and feed the PCB from the two parts that I bought. I bought the splitter, and I bought a 3-foot extension cable to reach the LED power. So we're going to try that. I don't know if I'll do that during the show. I might film it. Who knows? It's just a simple splitting of the power. But I only ordered one kit, or one splitter and one 3-foot, because I want to see if what I have in mind will work. If it does, I'll order 4 more for the rest of them. So then I don't have the power cable running underneath the riser. I won't need that because I'm splitting the power. So we'll see how that goes. Biggie D's here. Good to see you, man. Welcome. Ted Adam Green's here. Good to see you. Happy Father's Day to everybody. I don't know if you're a dad, Ted, but I think you are. So happy Father's Day. Let's see. Who else? Gramps Arcade is here. Good to see you. Let's see. Thanks, Biggie D. I appreciate that. I don't consider myself a pro photographer. I'm an amateur / hobbyist who's fortunate enough to be included by the Indianapolis Star to take pictures of the races at IMS. So that leads me to the show notes. Next Sunday, I will not have a show. So sorry about that. The gal and I'm taking the gal to her first IndyCar race. So IndyCar is going to be at Road America, just about 45 minutes to the northeast of me. And so we're going to go there and spend the day at a beautiful place. I love Road America. It's so gorgeous. If you ever have a chance to get up here and see a race at Road America, do so. It's just a great place to watch a race. There's so many places that a fan can go. In fact, the fans are allowed into the paddock for free. So I know a lot of places charge you for, like IMS charges a fee for a badge to get into the garage area for fans. So Road America, it's totally free. I just bought us a couple of infield tickets, and I did get us some preferred parking, so we parked good. And then her and I are going to be at Road America all day next Sunday. So sorry about that, but no show next Sunday. I'll do a community post as the date comes closer. So just to remind everybody. Gotham is here. Good to see you, buddy. Welcome. Thumper Squid is here as well. Good to see you. Yeah, same here. And my mini upstairs. All 3 of them can't log in. The 4KP appears to be fine for now. I haven't attempted to buy a table. In fact, I know they have the new table out, the Arabian Nights table. I haven't bought it, haven't played with it, but I did place a couple of tables on the 4KP just before we went live. So let's see. I wholeheartedly agree. Exactly. I've got a lot of money invested in that company. Not just in buying the hardware, but buying all the pinball tables. So I'm, at this point, holding off on any further purchases from that company until they get their shit together. So Chris is here. Good to see you, Chris. Welcome. Goofy Foot is here. Welcome, Welcome. PB&J is here. Awesome. I've always wanted to go to Watkins Glen too. I think that place is great. Sonoma, I don't know. I could take or leave Sonoma. It might be a great track. I don't know. But Watkins Glen is another track I think is very similar to Road America and Beauty. Just by looking at it on TV, I would love to go to Watkins Glen. Mike of All Trades is here. Good to see you, Moat. All right. So the big news this week in the arcade is, as you all know, after the show last weekend, I went all in on expanding the arcade. So what I basically did, and let's bring up the photos. Got to show the photos. First of all, y'all saw my community post that I put up during the week. This is what the Quarterdeck Arcade looked like 4 years ago. Right here on this side was to be my exercise room. What you see before you now is my Christmas prep area. I used to do large Christmas displays, and over here on this table you see the controllers that I used to synchronize the lights to the music. So I don't have any of this stuff anymore. I sold it all. Got out of the Christmas lighting business. It was very time consuming the entire months of October, November, and December. And it was tiring. And there were other things that cropped up that prompted me to get out of it. So what this area became here was my workout area. And I put all that gym flooring down on this side. And this area was just storage. So I actually wound up joining a gym about 3 years ago. And so I kept the gym flooring, but I turned it into my arcade, my home arcade, this area right here. Now, brings me to this past, or 1 week ago today. I had the thought prior to that I needed to push out the arcade a little bit to make some more room, because it was starting to get hard for me to film videos inside the arcade. So I thought, maybe I could add 3 more tiles of gym flooring over. And so that's exactly what I did. So let's bring up those photos. Oh, that's not correct. Why am I going backwards? There we go. Let's start that way. All right. All right. So this right here is the wall to my arcade. Now, as you guys know, I use temporary partitions to wall off my arcade. Fairly inexpensive. I mean, not cheap, but they're okay. I think a 3-pack of these partitions costs like $150, something like that. I don't know. I'd have to look up on Amazon. But I pushed this wall out. And as you can see, I've added gym flooring here, but of course it doesn't match the existing gym flooring. So I'm kind of disappointed in that, but it doesn't look too bad. So these are 2-foot squares, 2x2-foot squares. And so I added basically 3 rows of these. So 6 feet in total. I expanded the floor space out, but I didn't want to go past. Right behind this panel here is my electrical box. I did not want to include the electrical box inside the arcade. So I stopped the wall here. And so essentially what I did was I started moving things around after I got my streaming station moved all the way back against this partition. And then I started thinking about the layout, which took me a while. You kind of get a shot of the arcade. And this is a good view because you get an idea of how I've walled this off. and how I've kind of made it into my own little space. So there'll be I had some partitions to put here to block this off, but I needed it open so I can move everything back conveniently. Here's a shot looking back the other way. You can see the rest of my basement here. This is all work area, storage area right here. All my utilities are over in this area. The door to go upstairs is right here. But as you can see, I haven't moved anything yet. I just wanted to get a view of the floor before I started moving a lot around. Another view of the floor. And this is behind the partitions. As you can see, here's the electrical panel. So I didn't want the wall to, say, be back here, or I didn't want to just get rid of this wall and push back all the way here because I still needed someplace to put these storage shelves. And I needed a place to put my parts bins for the arcade. So this is where I stopped. And here's a view of the arcade after I got through jumbling things around. And you'll see that I turned everything here in the middle so that it's facing the entrance to the arcade. You can see that right here. So I basically put everything in. I turned the carpet here on the bottom long ways, and then I added my arcades back in, but facing a different direction. And not much changed along the back wall here. The pinballs did change. I put the pinballs side by side next to the ALU. And Star Wars Corner is still there. And then my row of Tulsa Arcade's lit riser machines are still on this wall. So nothing really barely moved, say up to this ALU right here. And then that brings us to the other side of the room with the expansion. You can kind of see the delineation here between the existing floor and the expanded floor. And this is what I wound up deciding to do. I moved my Build-A-Cades, my 1/6 scale storage against the partition, the moved partition, and then I put my Space Invader shooter over here. Then I stuck Pong in a corner back there. And this might not be the final place for this Pong. We'll see as I expand, as I add arcades to the arcade, as I add cabs to the arcade. But I have an idea to put a driver cab right next to Space Invaders right here. So the Pong will probably shift over. And obviously, that would probably be a Fast and the Furious. But, you know, I can't bring myself to pull the trigger on the price. So I'm looking for a deal, but I know I'm not going to get one. But I know they took $50 off this weekend, but I'm just not really interested in that deal. So I can wait. So I have room here on this carpet in the middle here. So if I wanted to add 2 more cabs side by side right here, push this out, maybe add another 4-player cab and make these like an arrow at the end of the carpet. So I have room for lots more cabs. Bottom line. Another shot of the back wall there. Over here is my streaming desk. Took a while to get everything wired up, and I actually did that throughout the week as I was working from home. And when I was on break, I'd come down here and I'd wire one thing. Next break, like lunch break, I got a lot done and finally got everything wired up. So my back row here, you can see my 4KP and my HD pinball and my HD. Happier times when I could log in. And this is kind of a back corner look, looking out. Star Wars Corner, of course. Looking from Star Wars Corner back over towards the streaming station and the middle here, the middle section. My row of cabs against the wall with the Tulsa Arcade upgrade kits for the lit risers. And that's pretty much it. So that's the expansion. All told, for the expansion, I'm in for what did I buy? Obviously I bought 5 packages of gym tiles from Home Depot. That ran me about almost $200, I think. I bought a couple of new power strips, although I didn't use them. So I've got a couple of power strips that I can use if I need to. If I added more arcades back in this corner here, I could throw another power strip in for convenience. Same thing over here. I could do that here too. And I also bought a couple of new black lights. But my problem with the black lights, you can't really, I can't really angle a camera up there for you to see, but I don't have many install points that make sense along this road. Now I have an idea. So because there's venting right above me and there's piping right above me, so PVC piping, and so black lights spread evenly probably won't make a lot of sense. But I think I have something in mind. I got to take down a piece of equipment that's hanging. The previous owner hung from the ceiling. Been meaning to do that, just haven't got around to it. This is gonna probably force my hand. So, so I've got a couple of black lights. So that ran me about, those are pretty cheap, less than $50 for the black lights. The power strips did set me back another 100. So all in, I'm probably in for the expansion about $350. So worth it, I think, for the look that it's in now. So, but that's it. That's what I've been doing for all week, really, wiring things up. I had to get my cameras fixed. Let's go to an all cameras view here, and you can kind of get a live view of the arcade. Now back here, on the lower left picture there, you can see a wide gap here with the door leading up to the basement. And I could put another partition. I have 2 spare partitions. I could put another partition here, but that makes the opening to the arcade like 3 feet. It's kind of a narrow opening. So my thoughts on that is for when I do shows and I want to film in that area of the arcade, maybe I can put up a partition to kind of block out the ugliness of the rest of the basement. But yeah. So I'm pretty happy with the way the arcade's turned out so far. And I desperately want to buy some more cabs to fill it out. I have some thoughts on that, but I haven't pulled the trigger or acted on it yet. So I'm going to think about it for a little while. It's always good to think about things before you do it. Impulse. I used to be a really big impulse purchaser, and I've really tried to control myself. I've got my finances. Again, just telling you guys, you all know what I went through last year. So I was able to survive that and do some things to get myself in a better place. And so I'm not much of an impulse buyer. I always like to take 1 or 2 days to think about something before I buy it. So, Biggie D, this is a great question. Great question. Whoop, wrong button. Yes, absolutely. And without question, I even entered a calendar reminder on my Google Calendar to page me 1 hour and 15 minutes before the Kickstarter goes live, because I want to be in there. What am I leaning towards right now? I am actually leaning towards the mega deal, the super mega deal, the 19-inch rotatable and the 26-inch, both of them with one hood. And the hood would go on the 19-inch unit, and then I'd keep the 26-inch the way it's shaped. I wouldn't alter it other than artwork. So right now I'm leaning to the mega pack, the super mega pack. And if I don't do that, because I am waffling, so I'm kind of thinking, I'm going to go for the 19-inch rotatable. If I just get one, it's going to be the 19-inch rotatable, and I'm going to get the package that includes all the control panels. For the super mega deal with the 2 cabinets, I'll probably buy only the control panels that I want, and that basically is all of them except for the Ikari panel. I don't really have any nostalgia or interest in the Ikari Warriors panel. But if I went with only one, I'd buy the bundle deal that includes all the control panels. So I'd get one anyway. But those are my thoughts. That's what I'm thinking about doing. If you guys want to drop what you're thinking about doing, are you going to buy the FU edition? I am, certainly. Am I going to buy the planned shaped cabinet from G.I. Joel? Yes. If and when he comes out with something, I'm interested in that cabinet as well. So what artwork am I considering for these? For the Nintendo artwork, I'm leaning towards Donkey Kong Jr. I think that would be a beautiful cab with the Nintendo hood. I'll probably make it into a Donkey Kong Jr. I already have my 1/6 scale Donkey Kong. It's actually right next to me over here. And I have a Donkey Kong Jr. as well. But from a nostalgic point of view, Donkey Kong Jr. is above Donkey Kong. So I'll probably get the artwork for Donkey Kong Jr. And for the 26-inch, I would probably skin it as Robotron. That's what I'm thinking about doing right now. Marquee, I'm hoping that BitPixel comes out with bit LEDs for Glenn's cabinets, and I know there's been some discussion about that. But supposedly he's going to be the gentleman that is behind the bit pixels and bit LEDs is going to come out with marquees, changing marquees. So I'm hoping that's the case, because that's definitely a purchase for me as well. So I'm looking forward to the Kickstarter. By the way, those of you that don't know, the Kickstarter is a week from Wednesday, the 20th. I'm going to get this wrong. I got my browser. I don't have my calendar up. Calendar. 25th. So Wednesday the 25th. And I don't see it on my calendar. Where'd it go? Did I put it on my work calendar? I bet I did. Interesting. Oh, well. Ted says Donkey Kong Jr. would be awesome. Yes. Yeah, I'm interested in both. What G.I. Joel's got coming and what Glenn has worked on for quite some time. So Akitown says he's in for the 19-inch. And on the fence about the control panel bundle. I get that. Ted says it'd be great to see us build outs, both of them. Yeah, that would be fun. It would certainly provide me with content for a couple of weeks. Not going to lie. I would definitely do live builds on those, so you guys get a feel for whatever, any level of frustration I encounter, or whatever slow ups, or whether or not it actually goes really quick. So I would definitely do if I get both, either way, if I only get the one, I'm definitely doing a live stream of it. So yeah, I haven't seen Stock Jock either. He's probably out. Well, it's Father's Day, guys. So he's probably either out to brunch or breakfast with his kids and just enjoying the day. So I don't blame you guys one bit. You need to step away and do Father's Day activities. Me, I'm just relaxing. That's all I'm doing. Doing what I want to do. All right, so that's 30 minutes of chit chat. I'm going to jump right into the mod. Again, shouldn't take long, but I am going to kind of talk through it. So, yeah, if I was just doing it on my own, I'd probably be done in less than 5 minutes, but should be what it takes. So, this is what it came in: cardboard box, nice wrapped, and it has that customary Buy Stuff Arcades logo there. Shout out to Buy Stuff Arcades. And then all it is this little kit package with the wiring and the board with the little knob here for to adjust the brightness, and then the power splitter. So pretty simple. Famous last words. I'm going to switch mics here. And my phone, I couldn't get my phone. I'm having problems with my cell phone. It's not accepting a charge, so I may have to go out and buy another phone. Don't worry, I don't do content on phones, so you won't get a review from me. Testing 1, 2, 3. Now on the lavalier mic. Good. All right. So I always forget to change the camera view when I leave the desk. All right, so you can see how dark this is. And it's kind of a good representation. I know you can't see the background stuff. I have the picture darkened a little bit. But the marquee and the screen are pretty much the way it looks to me to the naked eye. So we're going to fix that. I'm going to first see if I can get my phone to accept the charge. I'm already down to 69%. I might not need it. Who knows? There we go. Now it's taking a charge. All right. So the goal here is to get this brighter. That's what we're going to do. So I'm going to make adjustments to the camera. I'm going to bring the camera around. Let's put this on all cameras so you guys don't get vertigo from watching me move the camera. I'm going to turn on the house lights too while I do this. I'm using some lighting. All right. Let's switch camera views here. Oh. There we go. All right, so you're looking at the way things look after the mod last week. So we've reverse mounted the PCB, and then you've got this is the Buy Stuff Arcade 19-inch monitor assembly, and then you've got your board here, and this cable is running to the PCB, and then you've got your power here. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be adding the board in. Now, I'm going to use some double-sided Gorilla Tape to put this board where I think it should go. So just looking, one of our cables is going to go here, and then the power cable here. So it makes sense to kind of locate this like somewhere around here, here. So I'm going to get this board mounted first. So somewhere in this general area, I think I'm going to go like right here. All right, so just going to get some black tape here. So we've got our board here. And I've got my roll of Gorilla Tape here, double-sided. And I'm just going to cut a small piece. It doesn't have to, it's, you know, the board is lightweight, so it doesn't need a lot. So I'm just going to cut a little, you can't really see it, little piece there. And I'm going to cut this piece in half. And then, so on the back side, I'm going to put one here. And then one here. I'm going to trim it a little bit. Basically, we're just putting some double-sided tape to secure the board to the monitor. I should probably put my eyes on for this because I can't see a bloody thing. All right, so that's what we've done. So it's not focusing on it, but that's okay. So we've taken two little strips of Gorilla Tape and stuck it on the back. Prince Vinny, no, this is Restream. And I'm not sending all my camera sources directly to Restream. I'm using OBS as a go-between. So all my camera feeds go through OBS, and then OBS's virtual camera is sent to Restream. That's how I do it. I know a lot of people don't want to mess with OBS. OBS is kind of really easy to use. There are some advanced features that I don't get into. So I'm peeling the back. Oh, come on. It is Gorilla Tape. It's good tape, though. I highly recommend Gorilla double-sided tape. I just need you to come off the backing. Almost there. There. All right, so we've got our back off. Let's switch the camera view back over. All right. I'm going to stick it right there. Uh-oh. Yeah. I'm going to have to adjust because some of the soldering points are taller than the tape itself. I'm going to trim that a little bit. So this should hopefully work better. Stack that tape. Ugh. So the problem I'm having is the tape. I don't know if you can kind of see the points of the board. The soldering points of the board are taller than the tape. So I need to cut another piece of double-sided tape. Stack it, basically. I'm losing it. All right. So let's see if just by adding another piece. close. It's very close. Doesn't have to be pretty. I mean, it just has to, do its job. Israel Gaming's here. Good to see you, man. We're into our 5-minute mod that's now been like 10, 15 minutes because I'm trying to get the board positioned. And of course I have to peel this, and being a dude, I don't have fingernails. Patience, weed hopper. This is really tough. Trying to get it. Turn on my house lights. I can't see it. Seriously? All right, that's not working. Well, it's good tape. So good that you can't get the backing off of it. Let me go a different route. Use picture hangers. Probably what I should have done in the first place. So now I'm moving to the picture hanging, the 3M stuff that you can find in any Walmart in the picture section. This is how I usually hang my artwork. This should get me past the limitation of soldering tips, because when you put two of these strips together, I might run into the same problem I had with the Gorilla Tape, but we'll see. This should be easier. Well, that came off pretty easy. Do the second one. All right, so what I've basically done is taken, my picture hanging strip and cut two sections off of it while it's together. All right, so looking at it, I'm past the tips, the soldering tips, so this should stick to the monitor really well. So all we have to do is peel the backing, and that's the struggle we had with the Gorilla Tape. It's such tiny piece. I think the problem was they were such tiny pieces that I was using, and it's really strong stuff, that Gorilla Tape. All right, so I've peeled the backing. Let's get this in place now. Move back to the cell phone view. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Put a little pressure on it for a little bit, not too much. Right. There we go. The board is placed. All right, so the first thing we're going to do, and you know what I'll do? I'll do this. Let's do this. Go get that. Go get that image of the documentation. Share. Let's put them side by side. No, because then I can't see the. This might be good. All right. I do have a pocket knife. It's upstairs in my drawer. All right. So very simple connections here. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm actually going to do the thing in the middle first. Remove cable from PCB and insert it here. So right here, the yellow circled item is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to pull the cable from the PCB, which is this cable right here. So the cable right here next to the monitor cable. And then we're going to pop it on the right side of the interface board. Okay. Oh, you know what you need to do before you even start? Turn everything off. Oh my goodness. I hope I didn't wreck the monitor. I didn't shock myself into non-existence. All right, so we've made that connection. Next thing I'm going to do is this one insert into PCB with the provided cable. So it goes on this side, the left side of the board. Let's plug it in. I had it in there, but it's working with me. All right, so we're in. All right, so this interface board now has a connection going from this board here, which is on the monitor when you get it from Buy Stuff. It's going into this intermediary board. What this is a voltage injection board, so it's going to inject. The problem with it being too dim is that the monitor is not getting enough power directly from the PCB. So you need a little oomph added in there. So it's basically taking your input from this control board here into this board, and then out from this board into PCB. So now we just need to split the power. All right, so we got our splitter. This is similar to what I ordered from Do-It-Yourself Retro for my lit riser power situation. So So one end goes here, the power port. And we're going to take our power out of the PCB. And we're going to stick it on the female end of this splitter. And then the other end is going to go in the PCB. So you understand what we did there? We just basically split the power. So the power from the back panel goes into the splitter. I yanked off my board. There we go. All right. So now I've got everything's together now. Everything is as it should be. Got our power split, one to the board, one to the PCB, and then we've got our cable going into the board and coming out from the board into the PCB. So we should be set to move around and play around with. Before I move the camera though, this knob right here is what's going to control the brightness. So this top knob, you can adjust the brightness of the monitor. And I'm not going to do that yet. So I'm just telling you that this is your adjustment knob right here, so that you know where it is. Because once I move the camera, you're not going to see it. You're just going to see the monitor. All right, let's kill that. And then we'll go to all cameras again while I move this camera around. Kill the lights on the camera. I'm going to kill the house lights too. I can't believe I didn't turn this thing off before I started messing with it. I hope I didn't bust it. We'll find out. All right, so here we are. Let's go ahead and fire this puppy up. Let's go back to the cell phone view. Let's turn this on. Everybody says, did I freaking blow the monitor? Oh man, I hope I didn't damage this thing by forgetting to turn the power on. All right. Now I'm going to play with the adjustment here. This is kind of tough because you can't reach and see the monitor. It's interesting because if you go too far, the monitor cuts out. If you go too far, yeah, if on the adjustment knob, if you take it too far, it will cut out. So if I go all the way down, it cuts out. If I take it up, I can tell from the back side if it's on or not. So I'm turning it all the way up. And there it cuts out again if I go too far. All right, is that brighter? Yes, it's brighter. It's much better than it was. I think that's very acceptable, what it was. So this is much better than what it was, but it's key to know. If you install one of these, if you get a 19-inch monitor, you realize that the monitor is not getting enough power, it's a little dim, and you buy one of these kits, it's key to know that if you go all the way down, the monitor cuts out. If you go all the way up, the monitor cuts out. So you got to find that happy medium in the middle. And the other thing I learned by doing this is I cannot see the monitor while I'm making the adjustment. Excuse me. If you, this might be a two-person thing. You might have, if you want to see the monitor, you might have a person turn the knob for you so you can get it exactly where you want it. And there it cuts out again. So I have it right on the threshold. Let's see if I can turn it down. So that's kind of where it was before. If you look, well, it was a little brighter than that. So there's probably where it was, right there. Yeah, I'd say that's where it was without this board interface. So let's turn it back up. And that's much better. Whew. Okay. Let's play again. This would be silly. By the way, with the 19-inch monitor, I think this game looks much better. It looks like it's in the proper orientation. I'm playing from the side so you guys can see. So this cab is damn near perfect now. I do need to get the coin door fixed. Stock Jock's coin door lights, I have a broken piece on them, so I need to fall for that every time. So I need to figure out how he made them so I can get another one. Not lucky there. Ah. Good. All right, let's see. I want to see. Let's go back to the menu. I want to see games like. Do a little adjustment here. That looks good. my favorite game, Lunar Lander. I'd love to have a Lunar Lander themed cabinet if I could find one. Can't see. Screw right in there. So all in all, after the 19-inch monitor kit and the voltage injection board, it looks great. It looks damn near perfect. I landed hard. All right. Check out Crystal Castle. Let's see. Looks a lot better. Ah! Let's see, Mrs. Cornucade has the high score for this game. Not for long. I walked right into that. Tempest has a lot of nostalgia for me. I do have the Tempest machine over there for that reason. Nice score from Mrs. Cornercade. I'm sure she doesn't mind. The spinner on this is really good. All right. You can see Mrs. Cornercade. They obviously did not skip to higher levels. They played from the first level. So I get that. Let's go check out Crystal Castle now. Looks great. Looks perfect. Of course I walked right into the balls. I suck at this game, by the way, but it's fun as hell. I love playing this game. Awkward playing off to the side like I am. 19-inch monitor looks great. Thank you, Buy Stuff Arcades. Wow! Almost got the bees. Come on. Ah, these got me. Actually, I'm a pretty good team. That's it. Should have some sort of score. 51st. Wow. This is Quarterdeck is amazing at this game, apparently. Well, I did not reset the scores on any of these games when I bought this Quarterdeck. Oh, I didn't get my initials in on time. Oh, well, it's only 51st place. All right. That was fun. Hey, Stock Jock. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Better late than never, right? Gamer Fridge is here. Good to see you, dude. Yeah, so for those of you joining late, I just got through the process, a very short process. The longest part I had was trying to get the tape assembled to the backing that I needed to put the board on, attach the board to the monitor. So anyway, we're done. And that's at an hour and 20 minutes almost. So you know what, guys, I'm going to call it. I'm going to end the show early today. That's all I've got for you today. A reminder that next week I don't have a show because the gal and I are going to be in Road America. So please remember that. I'll send out a reminder in a community post. But we're going to enjoy ourselves at the track, a day at the track. So I'll be taking pictures. I'll be bringing my camera gear. So hopefully I can showcase some of those the following week after that. So guys, have a safe week, a fun week. Play your games, get in your arcades, and have some fun today. It's Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. And then I'll see you in 2 weeks, okay? But until then, have a great time. And as always, remember that, well, I just blew it. As always, remember, I got next.